Now what I'm going to show you is the ability that we have within Autodesk Inventor to be able to generate two-dimensional drawing views of the three-dimensional assemblies we created. Now, due to our history in AutoCAD, we have mastered the ability to work with, in a friendly environment, two-dimensional drawings, including two-dimensional drawings within a three-dimensional modeling space as we're working with here inside of Autodesk Inventor. So we're going to go ahead and generate the base drawing view and also the respectful projected top and right views of this model. We can generate isometric views and all other different types of view orientations from our three-dimensional model automatically. Now, we're also going to take and generate some additional information related to this drawing. We have dimensions that control the three-dimensional models themselves. We can bring those in, or we can also manually dimension these components within the drawing space. So it's actually going to pull the information related to our three-dimensional model. And if our three-dimensional model changes, these dimension points or these dimensions are going to change as well. So we don't have to worry about updating these different drawing views. Everything is going to update based on the three-dimensional model. So there's some specific dimensions that we want within this drawing. We'll go ahead and place each one of those dimensions. We also might want to be placing some detailed view perspectives or orientations within this drawing space as well. We can control the actual identifier or the naming convention of each one of these views. We can control the scale independently of this detailed view that we're working with here, and also we can independently control the shading as well. So we can drop this detail view in here. We can go ahead and size up or change the detail view area, and this is going to automatically update the drawing view itself. So in a very automated fashion, we can work with this information. We can also change the view scale to maybe something not as exact. Maybe we want to go to 1 to 1.5. So we have the functionality and flexibility to be able to work with this information in this manner. Let's go ahead and create a new sheet within this DWG drawing. So we have the capability of doing this inside of Autodesk Inventor, and I want to generate a customized view. So very easily, it's going to bring me back into the assembly modeling space, and it's going to allow me to adjust or orient the part and then bring in that new view perspective right into my drawing. So it makes it very easy for us to work in this format. We also have the capability of automatically generating parts lists. Now, obviously, the parts list is going to be a little bit long for this component here, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that parts list. Let's go ahead and generate a new parts list. Now, for this new parts list, we want to break this into two separate columns and fit this in a specified area on our drawing. So we'll go ahead and drop that into two specified columns and fit that into a region within the drawing. Very simply laying that out on the drawing space or in the drawing space. So what I want to do now is go ahead and generate a part from scratch and generate a drawing of that component. Autodesk Inventor has integrated the ease of use of using two-dimensional functionality mixed with some of its predecessors of three-dimensional functionality, and the ability that we have and the things that we've learned from our previous interfaces and from our predecessors have made the tool the easiest to use on the market. We can automatically generate different constraints. We also can manually grab and create these tangent constraints on the model. I've already generated them on the right hand side. Let's go ahead and generate them on the left hand side. As I place the dimensions, I might want to add an equation to these dimensions. Very easily, I can previously select a previously built dimension, divide it by 2, and finish that off. It's going to go ahead and build in the equation for us. As in SolidWorks, I don't have to go into an equation editor and add these equations. I can simply do it again. I'm going to go ahead and make this half the value. Just by selecting it, dividing by 2, it's very intuitive. It makes it very easy for an end user, much easier than a tool like SolidWorks when working inside of a sketch interface. Now I'm going to take this two-dimensional view and generate a three-dimensional model from it. I get a heads-up preview, or in the heads-up user interface, I get a preview of what's going on. I also want to generate some fillets on this model. I could do that all at one time. I could grab the entire feature, or maybe I want to create these with two separate features on the geometry here. Very easily, I can go in here, make the selection, select all the way through the component. I don't even have to rotate it around to select opposite edges, even though I can't see them. I have the functionality and flexibility to be able to select those. Now, creating a drawing of this component, very easy to do. Once again, select the scale of the component that I want to use, tell it if I want it to be shaded or not shaded, and then go ahead and project all the different view angles of this component. In this case, I'm going to include the isometric view and create those different views. Also, very easily, the dimensions have already been generated. I don't have to recreate those dimensions. I can simply go in here, place the dimensions on the page, and make changes to those dimensions within the drawing space. As in some competitive products, you can't make changes inside the drawing space. You have to do that within the model space only. We can do it from either one. I can make the changes in the drawing, or I can also go back into the model here, change this back to 1.5, and go back into the original drawing of this component, and we see that everything's going to be updated to the new dimensional change that I've made. Now keep in mind, I'm working in a native Autodesk product. I can simply right-click on a view and insert that into a model space so that when I open up this DWG inside of AutoCAD, everything's going to be there. If I make changes in Inventor, it's going to update my AutoCAD drawings, my Inventor drawings. It's a DWG file. Everything's going to update.